really came to town knowing that there was an opportunity to elevate the scene. So we are an Italian restaurant, but I think the idea of an authentic Italian restaurant is just rare in America. Coming out of the pandemic, we decided that service is going to be something we were going to lean into a lot more, because we felt that a lot of people got away from it in terms of just QR codes and looking at your phone and various things, and just not having people greet you necessarily, not having people come and check on you. We have an entire crew prepping every day, and what they prep that day, we will use that day. So every day we're replenishing a new product every single day, and we're starting fresh again the next day. So coming up in St. Louis as a cook, I worked at an Italian restaurant very much like this. I came up as a dishwasher, worked my way to the salad station, then the pizza station, then the pasta station, and finally on saute. And then to continue that growth, I went into culinary school, the ACF, the American Culinary Federation, became certified, did apprenticeships, got my degree, and then I went into fine dining. And once you climb that hill, you realize there's not many people up there, and the air is very thin, right? So I decided to look back at my career and see where I was happiest, and it was when I first started. When I moved to the city of Colorado Springs, so it's been 10 years ago this July. The restaurant will hit our 10th anniversary in January. I really came to town knowing that there was an opportunity to elevate the scene. The reason we do our prep every day is that we want everything to be consistent. Could it be more consistent if we buy things frozen in a box? It probably could be more consistent, but would it be better? I don't think so. If you order an Alfredo, we're not scooping an Alfredo sauce. We're making an Alfredo in that skillet each time. Finding out what people really want and then doing the best version of that you can. If people love spaghetti meatballs, we'll dig into our meatballs. How can we make that the best meatball in the city? So really threading that needle and hitting that mark of doing fresh, made-to-order food, but doing it in a way that's consistent was what I felt like the city needed. And then once you get that consistency, I feel like you gain people's trust. I was very passionate about supporting the city and redesigning the streets, redesigning Adam and Alley behind us. So basically, every access point to our business right now has been completely upgraded from the city, because now people can sit out there and wait for their carryout, or DoorDash drivers can wait for their pickup. We're always trying to find new ways to expose people to a higher level of culinary experience while keeping them safe and secure in that Italian kind of area where you can have 4 or 5 people across, and it's more conducive to family and gatherings, and it's more open, and it's just amazing. When I opened Red Gravy, again, I felt like I wanted to go to that place of creating a restaurant that was a stalwart or a kind of a consistent thing. So that longevity is something that I felt like the city needed, was another generation of those long-standing kind of restaurants that you come to, and then you bring your children to, and then your children come in when they graduate high school, and then when they get married, they come, and then they have children, they bring their children. So we just wanted that kind of a generational restaurant. Well, first I think we'll talk about our veal saltimbocca. That's going to start the day before. So we roast bones the day before, roast the mirepoix. We add the water to it, and then we build a nice stock. We looked at chicken; it was too light. Veal was a little too heavy and too expensive. We settled on pork, so we used pork neck bones, which has a great balance of the two. And who doesn't love pork for any number of reasons, right? So that stock then we'll start the day before. The day of, we'll make a risotto, and that's a 25-minute process. We just stop it just before it's completed, put it on a sheet pan, and shock the whole process, so that then we can pick it back up when we're on the line. That dish then is Provimi veal, which is the best quality veal. It's completely milk-fed, so it's very light in flavor. The way we make it very unique to our restaurant is that I love prosciutto, sage, and butternut. We'll sear that, we'll top it with a piece of fontina cheese and then fresh sage. We do a very classic French sauce, which is we deglaze the skillet with white wine, we add stock, we reduce the stock, and then we do a beurre monté. So that's probably the most advanced in terms of the amount of steps it has to get to the end. Another one of our very popular dishes that kind of highlights our work is our chicken marsala. We make handmade potato gnocchi every day, so the dish becomes this It's basically a marsala-based chicken and dumpling dish. But another great dish that I love, we did for the Taste of Pikes Peak and the Schnipper Dozen VIP tent, which was our seared scallops puttanesca. But we decided to leave the anchovies out because some people don't always like the anchovy, and it just kind of opened up now what seafood do we use, and we chose scallop. So we use angel hair pasta, which is very light. It pairs well with the scallop. And then we just finished that dish with a little basil vinaigrette to give it a little sweetness and just a little bit of acidity. That one actually comes together very quickly, and it shows kind of, for that dish, when we get our scallops, the guys go through, they make sure that every piece of scallop has been cleaned. There's a little side muscle that needs to be removed, and then we make a sauce with that side muscle for another dish. I always say that like the kitchen is the stage and the dining room is the crowd, right? I'm able to come out of the kitchen and see the crowd, as it were, right? And connect with the crowd in a real manner too, just making sure that I can feel the energy of the room. I love it. I love feeling a full room of people that are happy, talking, music in the background, good lighting, and just feeling that energy. All of our stuff that we do, especially in the entree sections, have been thought through a lot, and there's just a lot of work that goes into them. And I want people to know that when they order that dish, they don't need to thank me or even the cook that day, but there's like 10 other people that got that dish to where it needs to be.